Hey, welcome back everybody. This is Ian, and in this video I'm going to show you how to optimize the images on your static websites with this simple Python automation script and the Cloudinary API. So let's check it out. We've got a little website here, not a lot of content, but we do have some nice images that we pulled from Unsplash. Pretty detailed. Only issue with that, of course, is that they do come in kind of a larger file size, and so that takes them a little bit of time to load, and then we end up with a page speed that is not optimal. So if we run the Lighthouse in the developer console real quick, then we'll get our score back, and we'll see that, yeah, sure enough, it's a 77. The issue here is that the largest contentful paint is kind of slow at 4.9 seconds. And if we scroll down, we see some other diagnostics, one of which is that these images are in a JPEG format, and we're not serving them in what's called a next-gen format, something like WebP or AVIF. And so we could solve that and get a potential savings of 1,009 kilobytes. The next thing is the properly sized images, basically saying, hey, if your width on the image in your CSS is like 400 pixels, but then you're loading an image that's like 1920 by 1080 or something, that's going to take some time to get that image down to the 400 pixel width. So why not just give us an image that's already 400 pixels, like pre-optimized, and then that'll save some time. So these are two major things that we can do to speed up the page load here. Let's show you how we can do that with Cloudinary. Really simple. If you don't have a Cloudinary account, then head over to cloudinary.com and go ahead and sign up for free. They have a really generous free tier for hobbyists. You're probably not going to find yourself spending any money at all. And if it's the right tool for you, there's some better tiers as well. Once you're logged in, you'll have access to your dashboard and then your cloud name, your API key, and your API secret. Keep that secret a secret. That's why they call it a secret. Don't share it with anybody. Copy your cloud name and your API key, and then when you need it, your secret, you're going to plug it into this script that I'm going to show you, and it's going to basically automate the optimization of all your images. So let's do that. Now let's head over to the project over in my code editor, and you can see here I've got this demo directory with the images. Those are the 3 images that we saw. We saw 2 of them. There was another page with the 3rd one. And then we have 2 pages, index and about. And then we have a style.css, which sets the background for like the hero image. And then there's another image on the about page that gets set with that as well. And then the index.html, you can see here we have an img tag that has a source set to the home image. So we got a couple different images that are being used. And what's going to happen is our script that we're going to run here in a moment is going to traverse through all the files and folders of this project, and it's going to find any instance of an image that's being used, and then it's going to find out where that image is stored. It's going to upload it to Cloudinary, and then it's going to get back a secure URL that's served over SSL. So I'll show you all that in a second, but first let's get the script set up and running. So in addition to the demo folder that has the website we were looking at, I also have a readme, requirements.txt, .venv. These are all files and folders that you might be familiar with if you used Python before. If you haven't, don't worry, super simple to get this set up and running. Basically, when you go to the repository on GitHub for this project, linked in the description below, you'll see the main page has the README. It has all the instructions step by step. Most computers have Python on them by default. If yours doesn't, you can install it really easily. And then you're just going to run a handful of commands here. They're all laid out for which ones you need based on your environment, operating system, things like that. Once everything is set up and you've created a file from this code that we have right here, so it's just a simple copy and paste, then you're going to actually run that file. So inside of demo, I've got this file called automation.py. And so you can see here, I'm inside of the demo folder in my terminal. I've got my virtual environment activated. Again, all the instructions for that stuff is inside the README. It's all laid out. If you have any questions, obviously feel free to reach out and ask me. I'm happy to help, but it should be pretty straightforward. Once we're all set up, ready to go, Python installed, virtual environment created, activated, dependencies installed, then we should be able to do a Python automation.py. If you're on Mac or Linux, it might be Python 3 automation.py. I'm on Windows. We'll run this and it'll ask us a couple questions about the cloud name. So again, you can get these things from your dashboard. My cloud name is here. So I'll just paste that in. It's going to ask for the API key. I'll paste that in, and then it'll ask for your secret. So you'll just copy that, paste it in. Again, don't share it with anyone. Mine is going to be hidden here because it's already exported as an environment variable. Once I press enter here, it's going to say, hey, I'm uploading your images, just wait. So all we do is just sit back and let it do its thing. Basically, like I said, it's going to traverse all the files. It's going to find any instances of images. It's going to locate those images and it's going to upload them. But what it does in addition to that is the files where it originally located those images, it'll actually create a copy of that file with the new URL to the uploaded version of the image injected in place of the original path to the original image. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here you can see that index has a index copy, and then also there were some images located in the CSS. So style.css has a style copy.css. So index copy.html, if we look at this, you'll notice right out of the gate, one thing that's different is that we lost our formatting. If you're using VS Code or any modern code editor, you should have Prettier, or you can install it as an additional plugin or extension, and then you can just run the command to format the document. So in my case, Alt-Shift-F, and it's fixed. So just run Prettier to get that formatting back. No problems there. Go ahead and save this file. Now you'll notice that the copy is still pointing back to the original style.css. Technically, what you would want to do is once you go through this file and you confirm that it is the way you want it to be, then you could just rename index copy HTML to overwrite the index.html. What we're going to do here, just so we can preserve the original index.html, is I'm just going to update the style and have it point to the copy.css. So I'll go ahead and save that. And then as I'm going down here, the hero image is actually in the CSS file that we pointed to, so that's good. It's linked here with this ID. But if we go down, we can see the image tag here. If you look in the original, the source pointed to the images folder home.jpg, but now in the copy, it's actually pointing to Cloudinary. Now it has some default parameters here for like Q auto and W auto. That just means the quality will be set to auto. Cloudinary has some really nice stuff they're doing now with AI where they actually determine the best automatic quality based on like how humans perceive images. So there's some cool technology happening behind the scenes there, but we can go a step further here with these params and really dial it in. So you can see I set the width to auto just to let it kind of decide what width is necessary. But if you know, okay, this is going to be a width of 400 pixels, then you can go in here and change this from auto to 400 and it'll serve you an image that is exactly a width of 400 pixels. You'll notice at the very end here, we have a .webp. The original one was a .jpg. So that's going to fix that next gen issue. So WebP is just a next generation image extension, and essentially it's a little more optimized for the web. All right, so that's for the image tag. Everything else is happening over inside of the CSS. So if we save this file, remember I updated the CSS to link to the copy over here just for the demo purposes. We go over here into the style copy. Here's the original style. It just links to these images. Here's the copy. It's injected the uploaded version of these images. So again, like this one here has a width of 400 pixels. So if I want, I can change this W_auto to W_400 to specifically get the 400 pixel version of that image. Now on the hero background, I think it's like 1902 pixel width or something like that. Not 100% sure, but I'm just going to go with 1920 to be safe. And that should be it. So let's take a look. Our project is running with live server over here. So we should be able to just jump back over to it. All right. So what we're looking at here is the original, right? This is the 77 page speed. Not fantastic. If we go here and update this to be the copy, and then we close this, you can see the images look the same, right? Like indistinguishable in terms of perception of quality, which is good. That's what we want. We don't want to have a really pixelated image. You know, we don't want to give up the quality of the image just for a smaller file size. So as long as it's not perceptible by the human eye, then that's perfect. So then in Lighthouse, we'll just do a desktop, page speed, navigation, performance, analyze page load. So let's go ahead and let this run. We're doing this in incognito mode, so we don't have any Chrome extensions or anything like that interfering. Whoa, 91. So just those small changes of changing those two images and then changing the quality and the width of them got us up to a 91. That's insane. We were at 77 and now we're in the green. We're really close to a perfect score here. And so there's other things that you can do to make the score higher. This is just one simple thing, but it brought the score up big time. Let's review what we did. We went through the README and we did all the instructions to get our environment set up. And finally, inside of our project, in this case, the demo folder, we have our automation py file with all of the code that you just copied from the file, pasted in there, saved it, ready to go. Then we activated our virtual environment from the root folder of the project, so demo, and then we ran that Python command. So Python, put the 3 on there if you're on Mac or Linux, and then automation.py. We run it, it asks us a couple questions about our cloud name and our API key and our API secret. We paste those in. From our Cloudinary dashboard, we create our free account over there, and then it does all the rest. It creates the index copy.html, the style copy.css, and by the way, if you had more files that were using images, it would create copies of all of those as well. What we end up with here are these copies, and once we go through and we see that, okay, everything here is as I expect it to be, and we fix our formatting, then we can overwrite the original file with the new file. So that's it. Really simple, just a few steps with an automation script and Cloudinary to boost the page speed of your static websites. Thanks a lot for watching. Can't wait to see you all in the next video. And until next time, peace.